Good afternoon. Welcome back to another episode of the LOTR LCG Progression Series. As always, I'm playing solo, and today's quest is The Ring Goes South, which is the first quest of this Lord of the Rings box. The box is called The Road Darkens. It is the second box of the Lord of the Rings saga. I am playing a Gandalf deck, which I wanted to try out. For the setup for this quest, I need to add a card which was forgotten, which is Lust for the Ring, which is supposed to be placed out of play, but it was not included with this quest setup. And also in the encounter deck there's an error, there's an additional copy of the One Ring for some reason. And so now we got the setup. I need a hand. Do I like that hand? Yeah, I think it's okay. The setup for this quest is unique. I have to reveal 4 cards. And one will be played for 0 cost, one will be added to my hand, one will be discarded, and one will be shuffled into my deck. So there can be a large amount of variance in how this quest begins. Now, which one of these do I want to be played for free? Steward of Gondor seems good to be played for free. This is actually a tough decision. I think what I want to do, since I have the Wizard's Pipe, I think I don't want Steward of Gondor, though that would be very good turn 1. I think I'll take... Well, maybe I do want it. It's so good turn 1. 2 resources. I start with 3 resources. Who would I put it on? Probably Gandalf, right? Because I have the Wizard's Pipe. So I start with this and play for free. Take Light of the Valinor into hand. Discard probably Forest Snare. And shuffle Arwen in. It was kind of a tough call, but I think that'll work. Then I have to decide whether I want Lust for Ring in the encounter deck or take 5 threat, and I'll put this in the encounter deck. I don't know why it has the wrong card back, but it won't matter. And then I move on to stage 2, which makes Red Horn pass the active location, and then reveal cards from the encounter deck until there's at least 2 threat, because X is twice the number of players. Okay. Each player must choose, discard an ally, or raise threat by 1 for each ally. I'll raise threat by 1 for each ally. Okay, 2 enemies is kind of the worst case scenario. I'd prefer 1 location, but that's fine. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to automate the resource gain, and then I got to start like that. So I'll get the Wizard's Pipe out for 1. Light of the Valinor for 1. And I think I want to... I get to see what these are thanks to Gandalf. The top card anyway. Ooh, that's really good. I think I want to play that on Aragorn for 3. Great. Don't like to see my last copy of the Wizard's Pipe, but what can you do? So now how do I want to handle these enemies? Let's see. Well, I quest with those 2 at least. Then I engage one of them and block with defend with Gandalf, kill it with the other 2. That seems fine. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 progress. And I'll engage the wolf, which costs me 1 damage on the location. That damage is later going to be distributed amongst my characters. Can attack, which costs another damage on the location. And it's blank, so no damage there, and then I can kill it. It's pretty important to clear things as I go in this quest. It's a long quest, so you can't just kind of blitz by everything, which is a preferred strategy of mine when I can. Now, Bilbo Baggins is a duplicate. I do want to get Ranger Spikes out, so I'm going to use the Wizard's Pipe to exchange Ranger Spikes for Bilbo. Then I'm going to play it for 2. And Arwen, I'd love to play also, but I can't because I already used Gandalf's ability, and it's once per phase. So, I'm set up in case another enemy comes. I'll go ahead and quest that way again. I want to take care of this wolf this turn. And it's a Crebain, and it gets Ranger Spiked. So I have a question about Crebain. It says either exhaust a hero or engage it. If I choose the engage it, can I choose the engage it since it can't engage? Could I choose that option and it like tries to get out of the spikes but fails and then that's it? Or do I have to exhaust a hero since it can't engage? It just says players do not make engagement checks. So I think it actually can engage. I'll choose to exhaust a hero, I think. I'll exhaust a hero. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 progress. And then I'll engage this hound, which costs me another damage there. He can attack Gandalf for 1 damage. And then I think in order to kill that, I'll use Flame of Anor here. For 1 cost, I can discard Arwen, ready up Gandalf, add 2 power, so he's at 5, and then I can kill this hound. Alrighty. That'll be the end of that turn. There's another Flame of Anor. I want to play Bilbo. I already have all the copies of the Wizard's Pipe, but I can look through the deck for a pipe attachment, and I think I will just because I want to shuffle and get a new card on top. So I looked through the deck, shuffled. It's not any better, but I think it was worth trying. Let's see. I think I'll just play Beorn next turn. And for now, I'll just quest. But I'm not set up, so I don't really want to advance to the next phase. I'll just quest a little lightly. So that's either there is no warg, so it's a blank surge. Great Warg Chief, that's terrible. Don't like to see that at all. 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to deal 3 damage to my characters. There we go. Oops. There. And clear that. And now I have to move here if I have an option to, because it says must travel to a location if able. And then this great Warg Chief is going to engage. And now I wish I had the Flame of Anor back. He's gonna, you can't have attachments either, and after he engages I discard cards from the encounter deck until another warg comes out. And it's engaged with me. That's probably going to be a concede. I didn't want the Warg Chief to come out until I was ready for it. That's why I didn't quest full steam here. So I don't think I can handle this and then handle the other boss later and so forth. So let's try again. Once again, I need Lust for the Ring. And the extra 1 ring out of the deck. And let's see, do I want this hand? I don't think so. Looking for Gandalf's attachments, really. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I want to play Faramir. I'll discard Sword That Was Broken. I'll put Forest Snare. Do I want that in my hand, or would I rather have Galadriel? I'll put Forest Snare in the deck. Take Galadriel in hand. There we go. And Lust for the Ring will go in the encounter deck. Did shuffle, right? Well, unfortunately now I know it's coming, but can't be helped. I'll just pretend that I don't. So, Lust for the Ring's on top. When revealed, I guess it doesn't matter either way. I have to attach it to a hero. And after the One Ring exhaust, raise each player's threat by 1 and reduce hero's willpower to 0. I'll put that on Frodo. Oh, a non-fellowship hero, of course. Frodo can't have Lust for the Ring. That wouldn't make any sense. I'll put it on, that would be funny to put it on Gandalf. It doesn't feel right on Aragorn either. It doesn't feel right on any of these guys, but I guess Glorfindel's going to have Lust for the Ring. Well, I'll want it on Aragorn, actually, because he has only 2 willpower. So that'll hurt the least. Alright, now I'm set up. But I still need to keep revealing cards until I have 2 threat. Raise threat by 1 for each ally, okay. I still reveal it, so there's another surge. And now, yikes, he's going to engage, which costs 1 damage, and reveals another encounter card. So this is the setup. That's a brutal start. Absolutely brutal start. There's a lot of variance in how this quest can start. A lot of variance. 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw Gandalf's staff. Just go ahead and play Light of the Valinor and Gandalf's staff. And let's see, I don't have a way to get Steward of Gondor out or Sword That Was Broken right now. I do get to see the top card of my deck, Elrond's Counsel, so I could play that immediately. I think I will, and I'll just lower threat by 3. Forest Snare next. I don't like to draw with Daeron's Ruins until I have a card to discard. I don't at the moment. So I think I'll just quest this way and exhaust Faramir. Another wolf. 2, 4, 5, 6 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 progress. This is a brutal start. Brutal, brutal. A lot of damage coming out. A lot of damage. Very tough to handle. I'll engage a wolf, which costs the damage. He's going to attack Gandalf. He's going to attack undefended. That costs another damage. Attacking enemy gets +2, so that's 5. 2 damage on Gandalf already. I could discard that shadow card. It doesn't say you have to do it before it's revealed, right? Or I guess you reveal and resolve shadow cards as 1 action and there's no action window, so 1 damage undefended. Okay, and now I will use those 2 to kill the warg. Next turn. Do I have anything I can play? I didn't use Gandalf's staff last turn. So at the end of last turn I should use that for a resource, probably on Glorfindel, so I can play Arwen. And then this turn I'll play Arwen. Probably want to use Gandalf's staff for a resource again. I really need the Wizard's Pipe. let's see. Don't think I'll do anything else. Just quest. The warg enemy with the highest engagement cost attacks, or each warg gets -20. I'll have the warg with the highest engagement cost attack. Can attack Aragorn. Undefended damage, there is none, so it's 2 damage. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll give the shield to Gandalf. So 10 to 4, 6 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 3 damage to assign. Go 1, 2, 3. And there's no location to travel to. I will engage this warg. He can attack undefended, and he can attack Gandalf. It's a blank, so no damage. And that's 1 damage. Alright. I can attack back and kill the Crebain at least. Alrighty. Well, we're making progress after the bad start. At the end of last turn, I'll use Gandalf's staff to put 1 on Aragorn. There's the wizard's pipe. So I'll go ahead and play that on Gandalf for 1. Then I can use the wizard's pipe to exchange Gildor for Light of the Valinor and play Gildor for 5. Okay, we're getting set up. Who will I give the resource? Probably just give the resource for Gandalf's staff to him. Now I have a duplicate, so I can play Daeron's runes, draw 2, and discard Light of the Valinor. Now, I will quest. Who do I want to quest with? I'd love to kill 2 enemies if that's possible, but it'd be like 3, 6, 3. It's probably not possible. It's best to just go 1 per turn. So I'll just quest with Arwen, Frodo, and Glorfindel. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I would clear this stage of the quest. I don't want to do that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should be fine. That goes on an active location. There isn't one, so it's a blank surge. Now there's a location. 3, 4, 5 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 progress. And I have to move to this location. This is a brutal one that needs to be cleared immediately. And I don't want to engage another enemy this turn if I don't have to. So those are each at 40 threat, so they don't have to be engaged. Last turn they were at 35. The wolf can attack Gandalf. Unfortunately, that's going to place 1 token there. Attacking enemy gets +1. If this attack destroys a character, it won't. So it's just 1 damage on Gandalf. I have to discard an ally for every damage that goes on there. So then I can attack. And there's a brutal encounter card that can come out that says place 3 damage on the active location. If that comes out while this is out, it's pretty much a concede. On to the next turn. I will probably... Well, at the end of last turn, I'll give Gandalf an extra resource with his staff since I didn't use it. And then this turn I'll use his pipe to put Steward back in exchange for Elfstone, and I'll play Steward on Gandalf for 2, and then exhaust Steward for 2. I'll automate that resource gain for the future. So definitely getting set up. I'd love to play Ranger Spikes, but I don't have the resources. So in this situation, I don't really want to advance the quest until I can clear these enemies, but I do need to clear this as soon as possible. So let's figure 5, 9 probably is what I want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll do 10 just to be safe. And oh, that's a terrible draw. 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 progress. So I do clear the location. I have to discard an ally. That'll be Arwen. But you never want to see the Great Warg Chief, because he's the boss that comes when you advance the quest. So now I have to play against him twice, because when phase 3 comes, I'm going to search the encounter deck and discard pile for an enemy and add it to the staging area. So at a minimum, there's going to be one more than there usually would be. And possibly, yeah, that's terrible. Terrible, terrible. So what do I want to do here? Let's see. Well, I have to engage this guy. He's going to engage whether I want him to or not. And he's going to discard enemies or cards until a warg is added. Oh, that card goes back. That's added, engage with me. And this is a problem. Big problem. Guess he probably has to attack Gildor, and that'll attack Gandalf. And the Gandalf attack does nothing. The Gildor attack does 2 damage. Fortunately, this boss can't have attachments. I'd love if I had a Flame of Anor right now. I can play Daeron's runes, because I can do Gandalf's once per phase. And I'll discard what will I discard here? I like all these cards. Maybe I'll discard a Galadriel. Alright, the attacks are resolved, so I'll do the 6 damage to this warg. Use Gandalf's staff to give a resource there. The pipe was already used. Alright, I think we're square. This has been a pretty brutal... Well, during the refresh phase, I want to play Daeron's runes from the top of the deck. You can use Gandalf's ability once per phase. I'll discard the pipe. Not that it really matters, actually, since it's 0 cost. But then I do get to draw another card. So I drew Wizard's Pipe and Flame of Anor with Daeron's runes at the end of the refresh phase, and then in the resource phase I get to draw another card. And I can go ahead and play Beorn from the top of the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I can go ahead and play Ranger Spikes with Aragorn's resources. So Beorn will help me with the boss. So now the setup isn't terrible. I still want to quest lightly. Probably for 5. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and not use Faramir. Let's see what we get. Place 3 damage on each active location. Great. The timing of this couldn't be better. It's blank, so 1, 2 to 5 is 3 progress. And then I think I might want to engage one of these wargs as well, while I don't have an active location. After it engages you, just let's see. So I'll have Beorn block, and then I'll do 3, 6, 9. Maybe I don't want to engage a warg yet. Yeah, I'll just leave it. So damage on Beorn, 2 damage, and then 3, 6, 9 kills that enemy. He's gonna come back though when I advance the phase. That's super annoying. Well, anyway, I'll use Gandalf's staff to give a resource to Gandalf. Do I want to use the wizard's pipe? Well, I can swap Elrond's Counsel for Faramir using the wizard's pipe. Then play Elrond's Counsel for 3 threat reduction. Just to get Faramir off the top of the deck, I guess. Since he's a duplicate. Alright, I think that's all for this turn. Okay, I can play Arwen again. And I'm gonna use the wizard's pipe to put Sword That Was Broken back in exchange for Elfstone, and I'll play it on Aragorn right away. Let's see. What will I use Gandalf's staff to do this turn? I think it's time to push into the next phase. Just do it that way. The boss will come in along with another enemy. The boss can attack Beorn. The other enemy will probably attack Gandalf. I could save Gandalf's staff to see if I need to discard a shadow card. Well, I don't know if I want to do that beforehand or not. So let's see what the encounter deck has. It's a Crebain. It gets Ranger spiked and I have to exhaust a hero or he would engage me. So it's 1, 2, 3. That's actually a problem because that's going to get, one of these is going to engage now since they'll be minus 20 engagement. Anyway, 3 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 7 progress. So it's into phase 3. The Great Warg Chief is going to come back. And onto the other side. So now these are at 5 engagement cost. I need to check exactly how engagement checks work. One sec. Okay, so you make engagement checks one at a time, starting with the highest engagement cost enemy, so it'd be one of these. It has minus 20 right now, so it's at 30, which means it will engage. Now, he makes an engagement check, but he's only at 35, which means he will not engage. And the boss will engage as well. And then I discard cards to find another Warg, which will also engage, so that's a big problem. We've got 3 attacks to sort out, 1 on Gandalf, 1 on Beorn, and 1 is going to kill poor Gildor, I think. Oh, the encounter deck is empty, so actually you start with the shadow cards. I believe you go from the highest to the lowest. So it'll be like that. And it's 4 to discard a non-objective attachment I control. So do I have a duplicate of anything? I don't think so. So I think I'll discard the wizard's staff. Probably the least essential. And it does 1 damage to Gandalf. Then we have 4 to 3 is 1 damage on Gildor, and 2 damage on Beorn. So now I can Flame of Anor to up Gandalf's attack to 8. It's not going to be enough to kill it. I'll have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would need a 2-cost card there. And I've already used the Wizard's Pipe, so I can't put something there manually. I don't think I have a way to draw any cards. Just one short. Yeah, I don't see a way to do anything about this. So I could play Flame of Anor, or I think, and kill one of these hounds, which maybe I should do. Yeah, I think I should do that. So I'll Flame of Anor, ready Gandalf, discard Gandalf's staff, so I'll pay the 1 cost. Gandalf's attack is now 5. And then I will have him kill one of these hounds. And Aragorn can kill or do 2 damage to a hound. And that'll be that turn. Now, do I want to play Galadhrim's Greeting off the top? Do I want to put back a card to play? Need to do 9 damage to that warg plus another 4 or 1 to the hound, or I could just force snare it. I think I want to add ranger spikes to the staging area to prevent anything else from coming out. Now what do I want to do with Gandalf's resources this turn? I could use Frodo as a defender to deal with the warg chief, using the 1 ring. And this hound I could force snare, prevent any more damage. I think I'll do that. I'll use the Wizard's Pipe, which means I put the force snare on top of the deck, and then I play it off the top of the deck. That's all for this turn. I'm going to quest just with those 2 and exhaust Faramir. And the card that comes is a location, so it's a 4. 4, 5, 6 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 progress, which is fine. Each location enters play with 1 damage on it. Now, I don't think I'll engage this enemy. I will play Elrond's Counsel off the top for 1 more progress and 3 threat reduction. And then I have to move to this location. This enemy can attack Frodo, and when you exhaust him, you can exhaust the ring. So that raises threat by 2, and then 1 more for lust for the ring. And Aragorn now has 0 willpower until the end of the round, but that doesn't matter. And that costs 1 Baggins resource. And then I can go 3, 6, 9 and kill the warg. And 3 here to kill the hound. Okay, well, we're not in terrible shape. So now I just need to get prepared to kill or to damage the Watcher in the water, which I'll probably use Beorn to do. I should be capable of pushing through to that in 1 turn if I want to. And then the Watcher will come out he'll have an attack, and then I'll have an attack back. I'll have it, and I can't have Frodo defend that because Frodo will be captured by the Watcher. So I need a jump to block that. Perhaps I'll use Galadriel for that. That seems like a decent plan. Alright, well, let's move on to the next turn. About as prepared as I can be, I think. So, do I want to play Galadriel? Put her back, exchange for Master of the Forge. Elfstone's not helpful here. So I'll use the Wizard's Pipe, put Galadriel back, in exchange for that card, and play her for 3. Flame of Anor should be helpful. When you play Galadriel, you can search the top 5 cards for an attachment of 3 or less. Forest Snare, but there's nothing to play it on. Steward, but there's nothing to play it on. Then I can put these cards back in any order. So when I play Flame of Anor, I want the highest cost card underneath it. Galadhrim's Greeting, I think, is what I want. Yeah, that's how I want them ordered. Okay. And now I want to quest. Do I want to push forward this round? Can I do that? Let's see if I quest for 2. Or these are all +2. I've probably been calculating it wrong. I should have added 2 more progress last turn, because I've been forgetting about Sword that was broken. So right now I'm questing for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. To 2 would be 11 progress. 5 plus 6, I wouldn't clear this turn. Maybe I just take it one more turn, because I want to have the damage for the Warden, from the Watcher in the water in 1 turn. Let's see, Beorn can do 8. Well, I will have it, I think. If I quest with Aragorn as well, and Gandalf, I'll have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. To 2, probably 4. Be 18 progress, 5. That should do it. Then I can ready up Gandalf with Flame of Anor. And he'll have 6 attack, and Beorn will have 8. This is indestructible, so I can't straight up kill it the way you can in the previous encounter, but I'm just trying to put 6 damage on it to free Frodo. And then the next turn, quest to win with Doors of Durin, by clearing Doors of Durin. So I think this is what I do. And the encounter deck says, well, there's each warg attacks or gets engagement -20. So if I have it attack Glorfindel, he may die. If he engages, though, he may die. I need Beorn. I can't have it attack Beorn. I need Galadriel to tank the boss. So I'll risk the attack on Glorfindel. I think it should be fine if he dies. It's just 3 damage. It was a blank, so no problem. And that resolves that. And now we have 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So 20 progress. And that's going to clear the location, which means I have to discard 1 card from hand at random. Elfstone, that's fine. And we're on to phase 4, which says make Doors of Durin the active location. And Watcher in the water. Discard all tokens on the ring bearer. And he gets placed face down under the Watcher. I'm just going to leave him there, but he's captured by the Watcher. There can be 2 active locations, and you must travel to a location if able. This engagement cost is 35 right now, so it still doesn't engage. After an enemy engages a player, place 1 damage on each location. If Doors of Daeron is explored, the players win the game. But you have to have Frodo rescued in order to win. As per the text of Doors of Daeron. Progress cannot be placed here unless the first player controls the ring bearer, and to do that, I have to place 6 damage on the Watcher. So, the Watcher is now engaged, or in the staging area, and I will engage it, and it will attack. Oh, it cannot leave the staging area, but isn't considered engaged with me. So it will attack Galadriel. +2 attack, doesn't matter. Galadriel dies. And then, let's see. I'll have 8 from Beorn, which is 3 damage. And then I'll have to Flame of Anor for 1. Which readies Gandalf, discards Galadhrim's Greeting, and Gandalf is now at 6, and him plus Beorn's 8 is 14, so 9 damage. And Frodo is rescued, and he enters play exhausted. I take control of him exhausted with 1 damage on him. That is everything for this turn. On to the next turn. And this turn I'm just going to try to win. I could put Beorn back on the deck. He's shuffled into the deck now, thanks to his own text. I could put Beorn back on top of the deck, but I don't have the resources to pay for him. I can play Galadhrim's Greeting to reduce threat. I don't think that's going to help much. How much am I questing for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So right now it's 15 progress, which is 6 more than I need. So that should be just fine. Does the Doors of Daeron start with 1 damage? Because you place a damage when you engage an enemy. And it says in the instructions that you... Well, I don't think you flip it over until after everything's complete, so never mind. Anyway, I think just questing with what I've got should be sufficient. But I guess I could use Gandalf's ability to put the Master of the Forge back and then play it for 2, and that would add 2 more. Might as well, right? Use the Wizard's Pipe, put Master of the Forge back, and then play it for 2. Yeah, and then I'll just quest with everyone. What do we got? A Hound of Sauron. It gets Ranger Spike, but it does surge into the Warg with the highest engagement cost attacks, or each Warg gets -20. I'll give each Warg -20 because the game's going to end right here. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 to 5, 6, 7, 17 progress. And that's going to end the game. This is a long quest. This deck takes a lot of thinking, a lot of calculating, and this quest takes a lot of thinking and a lot of calculating. So even though the quest was defeated, well, I don't know if it was first or second try, it still took a long time. But I like the quest and I like the deck. It's a very interesting new way to play. I really like this box, even though it was light on player cards. The hero that it introduced and the concepts are very interesting and very powerful. So I like it a lot. And thanks for watching.